And it's the gist of it is just like it's a person finally being at home alone for the holidays and just what to do to kind of stay in the spirit kind of thing. Hey, excuses. Find you a good old Christmas porn on Christmas morn.
Sure.
Leviticus 12:25.
Cool.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's how they just like that. That was crazy. Cool. Happy
holidays! And here's what's brewing today.
The ho-ho holidays.
Ask your aunties home alone.
And holiday this or that. So get your stockings ready for Minority Report.
Hey, it's Auntie Kerel.
Merry Christmas, it's Auntie Dawon.
Happy Holly Ho, it's Auntie Jerrell.
Welcome to Minority Report, bitches. Hey!
Pew, 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 pew.
And happy holiday week. Woo!
Yes.
Ooh, it's that time of year again. And we're in community.
Get your stocking stuff.
What was that? Wait a minute. What was that vibrato? Where did she come from?
I don't know. It's just the magic of the year, the magic of the holidays. And community, we already sweating our asses off. Like, it's only been like 5 minutes since we've been on. Like,
oh, mess.
But we had to be a little festive for the holiday time period. But oh man, Dawon said it's worse than a wig.
Well, you can't even play with these. Like, at least with the wig, you get a little bit of self-satisfaction,
right?
But not this.
Or do those onesies have like the little front zip downs or the back zip ons? Then you can play all you want, boo.
Oh, you're right. I had to look down to check. I had to look down. I was like, what I'm working with? It's just a front zip.
Ooh, she got them titties out. Oh man, but it's crazy to think. It's getting towards the end of the year. It is towards the end of the year, and it's just like, how did the holiday season sneak up on us already? Like, the last 2 years have just been like houseway.
Honestly, I mean, like the thought of it being 2022 soon is just like, I lost for words.
Yeah, literally
lost for words.
I'm at this point, I'm like, hurry up, damn. Like, 2020 was a wrap. 2021, it was a little bit better. I mean,
yeah.
Girl, they were Tia and Tamara.
Much.
They were Tia and Tamara, bitch. Sisters. Okay, let's be honest.
One had a mole and one didn't.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm so ready for 22. I'm like, maybe this will be the Renaissance year. This will be the year where you can do everything and anything that you want to do.
It is, even though I don't quote this artist that often. 22.
I was thinking it too. I was sitting here thinking like, what's this heifer gonna do next year?
Right, exactly.
You just know. She gone.
I know she's been actually, I'm glad she's re-recording all her music. I'm like, get them coins, girl. Get your masters back. Get all that shit. So anyway, that's the only one I'm gonna gas up.
I'm glad you said it because I was literally debating myself. I was like, this is gonna be on the records forever.
Forever.
I gotta say her name. I can't say it.
Say her name.
I can't say it. I can't say it. Although it was funny because I have like 3 Taylor Swift songs that I actually downloaded from before she went pop.
Okay.
That I actually genuinely liked. They're kind of like love romantic songs. They're very like fairy tale from that Enchanted album. And Fizz had the nerve to try to like record me singing one of the songs. I was like, bitch, I said I got 3 songs.
You like ducking and weaving like, you ain't see me sing that.
Bitch, look, the next song was Megan Thee Stallion. I said next,
right?
Yada. I'm like, you know, no.
Oh, could you imagine a Megan Thee Stallion Christmas album? I might need that in my life. I might need that in my life.
Hey, Santa sliding down the pole.
I am. Santa and it's sliding down the pole.
Kick like them gifts, bitch. Work hard for them gifts, bitch. Hey.
Not work hard for them gifts, bitch. I need that. That's Labuticus on there. That's Labuticus 1224.
All year round, though.
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do to get some gifts. No judgment here. Oh man, before we were hopping on too, like Jerrell and I were talking about just obviously listening to Christmas music and all that stuff, and we were talking about that Kelly Clarkson one that came out this season. I wanted to like it. I truly, because Kelly be singing. There's something about a second Christmas album that's very hard to do. Because like you already probably got all your favorites on that first one. And it took all your time for that one. So to come out with a second one, it's better than the Mariah Carey's second Christmas album. I'll say that. But there's, I don't know.
Why you look at me?
I didn't look at you. I look at you.
That little eye go like.
Right. But I don't know what was missing from it. Like something was missing.
I don't think I think she just tried to do a little too much. I don't like.
Okay.
I felt like she wasn't in it like she was the first one. Yeah. Which makes sense because she's going through a crazy ass divorce.
Yeah, that's
true. Like how you gonna sing a Christmas song, but at the same time, like
when you mad at your ex-husband,
right? Like your heart, you going through things, and you singing a Christmas song at the same time. Like there's gonna be a disconnect. Yeah. Because your spirit has to be all the way in it, and there's no way you can be going through a divorce like that. Like fighting for custody of your kids and different types of like the ranch in Idaho and shit like that. Like
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
Especially when you got to record that back in like June.
Yeah, for real. Because it came out in September. You know?
Right.
So it's I don't know. But I will say, I love being able to hear her voice though. Like she's one few artists that you won't get caught up in the background music or anything along those lines. You will hear her singing. And I was like, Kelly could sing.
Oh, Kelly be jamming.
I was like, okay, Kelly. I was like, that girl got some soul in her. You can hear it all day. And I think she like grits and shit. She likes some grits. She a Southern girl. She be like, right. I'll be eating. Look.
Ooh, that sounds like another Megan Thee Stallion song. With the hottie sauce. No, I do like the song that's called Christmas Isn't Canceled, Just You. That's a hot bar. That's a hot bar. I will say that. But that's very like timely. I'm not going to listen to that in like 2034. Like that's such a now terminology that like I kind of hate that with some Christmas songs. Like I need Christmas songs to be timeless, that I can hear it like in 2020. Yeah. The only one that gets away with it is like the 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child. Like that's a time stamp, but it is what it is. The rest of it is like I don't need to be hearing about Teslas and because that shit ain't gonna be cool in 2049.
Right. I mean, Teslas might be flying by then, so who knows?
You might be right. You might be right. But yeah,
I feel like.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like the Black Grinch. It's like I'm sitting here just listening to this dialogue, and I give two shits. Like y'all going in about this Kelly Clarkson. I'm like, okay, have fun, go off.
Go off, sis.
This about the most Christmas spirit y'all getting out of it. And even this is a struggle. Damn.
I know, like every year we're like, okay, like it's usually me because I'm like, oh, let's put on Christmas sweaters and let's do that. And y'all look at me like this bitch.
Let me ask.
Look, we came prepared. We already knew this year. We were like,
you might as well put it on.
What is the gayer holiday? Like, which one is gayer? Like Halloween or Christmas?
Ooh, Halloween.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, we'll find a way to gay up some Christmas. Don't get it twisted. But Halloween, you just find a way to just do the most whole shit.
So is that how we're defining like gay stuff? Like the most gay is by like how hoish that you get? Because I just think about how hype people, like especially us gays, like how hype people get for these two holidays, right?
Yeah.
And it does feel a little neck and neck, but I also feel like Christmas kind of edges it out a little bit because people people be hyped about Halloween for like 2 weeks, the week before and the week of, and that's it. But literally like 4 months before Christmas, gays be hyped up like on the nth level. You know, Kelly Clarkson's album came out when September.
Right. That's true. That's interesting because I did read an article that showed like how many times All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey has been played like on like radio and all the stats and streams over time. And where is that? I had it up. It started like say like 2000. It was only maybe like 20 days of All I Want for Christmas, like just core days. It's gotten up to like 78 days now of just for how close. So it's like creeping more and more into October, how often that song gets played. And I was like, that's an interesting stat. And I don't know if it's just because maybe they're able to track it more because of streaming numbers. Because before, like we could have been playing All I Want for Christmas and we had a CD.
You never know.
Exactly, you never know. And maybe it was just when radio started. But now we're starting to see maybe this has always been the case. And it showed over the last even like decade, like it's starting to creep even more. So it's showing that people are streaming it more and more and earlier. But it's just interesting, like that song fucking never dies. And a lot of it is probably the gays.
I mean, think about it. I mean, like, that is the song from November until New Year's at the gay bar. 100%. When that song comes on at the gay bar, every queen is singing that song. And then in the last 2 years, they started taking the napkins and throwing the napkins in the air and making it the snow globe. And like throwing it, I'm like, Lord Jesus.
And here's the thing, as much as like we want to hate that song because it is overplayed, it's overdone, it's everything.
I don't think so.
But the second you hear that first song, of course not. But the second you hear, don't wanna lie. If you like, bitch, I gotta sing along. Damn it. Even though I done heard it 100 times today, bitch, you still got me.
Facts. Yeah, I mean that song definitely gets you in the mood like this. It's a trigger. Yeah. I would agree. Actually, I would say Christmas, because you think about like the Santa run that has become a thing too. The Santa speedo run, like the gay, so like people are doing that too. You think about like the white elephant gift parties and shit like that. Like people love to get together. I mean,
it's like, I guess maybe they're in different ways. I guess like in my mind, I still think Halloween is very like gay, like just gay shit that we do. But
there's a difference between ho shit and ho shit.
Like there's like
you know, like
let's break this down. As my therapist will say, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this.
There's no true words. There's difference between ho shit and ho shit. Labuticus, come on, we just gonna be dropping Labuticus bars all episode.
Like, when this book comes out,
honey,
when our whole Bible comes out,
girl, this is the realest shit ever. No, that's true. Like, but.
It's just two different vibes. Like
it's two different parts of the spectrum of being gay.
Yeah, 100%. Because like
there's gay and
on the Halloween, I feel like the Christmas taps into like the inner innocence and festiveness spirit, the glitter that is being gay, you know, that we just love, you know. Yeah. Whereas and that's
Halloween
that's
taps into your hole. Tap in. That's what Halloween does. Okay, I get it now. You
Santa,
right.
Please don't give me no coal in my stocking after this episode.
Oh, look, it depends on what Santas you get.
Honey, because there's some cute ass Santas. I went to Palm Springs a couple months ago. I'm just saying, I saw some. I was like, okay, Santa.
We need like, where's Todrick Hall with that Santa Daddy song?
Honey,
Santa Daddy.
Hey. Just slip your 8 inches in me. Slip your
Montero,
8 inches in me.
Get on that. Look, can you imagine what that Montero album gonna be? Let's get Lil Nas X.
Santa, let me get that eggnog.
Right. Be like, hurry down my chimney tonight.
Oh my God.
Hurry down my chimney tonight. Ooh, Santa, baby.
Man, that man, oh man, Boosie gonna be in tears, gonna have a heart attack. He gonna be underneath the house.
I know that's right. Woo! Damn. But yeah, you're right. Christmas is more glitter. Halloween is just more just whole shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's the deal. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like Christmas just makes you want to like twirl.
I was gonna say choreography.
You're right.
You got choreography. You got dance moves with your friends and all that.
Like, yeah. And then we just do the extra whole shit with the speedo run. We're like, we gotta do something extra.
Right.
But then the rest of it's like the glitter. Yeah.
I need to be seen.
We always got to get it in.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know who you're gonna see.
That's a whole ass word. I know that's right. Do you guys like, especially like Dawon? I know you love TV and movies and all that stuff. Do you get into like this year? It says there's 143 new Christmas movies that will premiere on Hallmark, Lifetime, and Netflix. And I swear my husband's watched all 143. But do you watch those at all? Do you catch a couple to get in the mood, or you're like, I don't want to watch none of them?
I'm gonna be missing all that.
Okay.
None of it for me.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I'm Grinchy with that. I'm sorry. I don't like. No.
What about you, Jerrell? Do you watch them? I know Fizz probably watches them.
No. Yes. Yeah. I was gonna say no, but definitely, like, literally, one of his top two is Home Alone. So every year without fail, like,
I mean, but these are classics. It's Home Alone. It's
Home Alone 1 and 2
before Christmas. Yeah. And what's the other one? Where
Elf.
It's the old school one. No, the one where he's like he eats the soap and
the Christmas Story.
Thank you. Yeah. That for me is like,
that was not my favorite either. No. Like I feel like they try to force that on me every year with the telethon or whatever, the movie-thon.
I was literally, as a kid, I was like, I don't want to see these white people. I remember as a kid being like, I don't want to watch these white people.
Yeah, we never really watched that one growing up either. Like it was always on because TBS and TNT or whatever, but it was never my favorite.
I think
the last too poor to be relatable, so I was like, this ain't doing shit for me.
Not the social economics of it.
Right, at 7 years old. He said, fuck that BB gun. I don't care about that BB gun. We got real guns in these streets. We got real guns in these streets.
And that might be the clip of the week. I think the last new Christmas movie that I saw for real was Holiday Heart.
Wait,
that was the last one. Holiday Heart,
girl.
Yeah.
What Van Rhymes? The Van Rhymes, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Where he plays a trans.
Trans woman. That's the name of that movie?
Yeah, Holiday Heart.
Yeah. Never knew the name of that movie.
That's my sister's favorite movie.
Like that's the one that always come on like BET.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the difference between TBS and BET.
Let us show a little bit of racism and homophobia and transphobia.
I am so mad because I had taken this screenshot. One of like the Instagram accounts that highlight our people, Black folks. They had posted something that there was like 43 Black holiday movies coming out between on all the different channels. Like Kelly Rowland got one coming out.
Yeah, she got that. That's that sequel to last year, like Merry Little Christmas or something like that.
Something like that. But there's like 43 coming out this year, and I was like, I thought I took a screenshot because I want to watch them. Like
there was one with Michelle and Luke James. Michelle Williams and Luke James. Right. Matthew Mark, Luke James.
That would have been What is the like most recent but like the best holiday movie that you all seen?
Oh man.
Because like these storylines be trash.
They all the same. It's like let me fall in love on Christmas Day. That's what it is.
Right. The unlikely pair, the brokenhearted somebody, and the other person that's getting over something, and they somehow find each other, and they hate each other at first, and then all of a sudden they find themselves in love, and then they have a kiss, and it starts snowing. Like I've seen that.
Exactly.
Now pass.
It might be Elf, quite frankly. I'm trying to think. You know what? I never saw one. I need to, and okay, I guess I got a week to do it. Is the Best Man Christmas? Like I never watched that one. It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah, I didn't hate it
because I was like, the Best Man is like just lives at least rent free in my mind. So I was like, don't fuck it up. And
Yeah.
and I haven't watched The Best Man in so long, so it might be like how we said, like, I think it was the Amber episode. We were talking about like the waiting to exhale, how you watch it as a grown adult.
Like,
You're like,
ooh, that was rough.
So it's like I don't want to go back and watch it because it might be that case.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of that, but at the same time, you also wanted to know a lot more of the in between from the Best Man and this one,
right?
But I liked how they were. Just watch it. It was all right. It's all right. You're not going. I don't think you'll walk away being like that was a waste of my time. But you'll walk away.
I'm not gonna
like,
watch it again.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be like, you know what? They attempted. They missed it by this much.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is. Honestly, I can't even tell you. Like,
it might be Elf for me. That literally might be
that was the last good movie that you saw.
That I will watch every Christmas. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because did that come out after, like, if Jingle All the Way is on, like, randomly on TBS, I'll have it on in the background. I won't purposely seek that one out, but that one's kind of fun. Is that the one with Billy Bob Thornton? What's the one, or is that Jingle All the Way, or is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I like the Billy Bob Thornton one. No, Bad Santa. That's what it is. Bad Santa. That's the one. Like, if it's on in the background, it's funny enough that, like, I'll pop in, pop out, but I won't purposely seek it out.
Yeah. I like that Christmas movie they came out with on Netflix last year, like Jingle something or Jingle Jangle. That was the Black Christmas movie that they came out with
I never
year.
ended up watching.
That was actually really good. It was really good
out.
with Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah,
was his name. Yeah, it was actually really good, and especially see our people, you know, being like, you know, creative and like festive and stuff like that. It was good. I like that one. So that would probably see my. As far as recent, that was good. That was good. Yeah, and I watched it again with the kids when I went back. So,
what about you, Dawon?
The last good Christmas movie that I saw that I liked.
He gonna say something from like 1974.
Honestly, I was sitting here thinking The Hateful Eight. Done. From Quentin Tarantino.
Girl, you really is a Scrooge. You really is a Scrooge.
But honestly, she asked the question.
Right.
But no, for real, like the last one that I saw that I really liked was the Holiday Heart. It was The Holiday Heart, and that was a while ago. But I just feel like I don't know, like I feel like TV movies for such a long time, especially like, you know, Lifetime and whatnot, like there's a certain cheese factor that just comes along with it, and I'm just I don't, you know, you're either with it or you're not with it, and you know, no judgment, no whatever. You know, I do tend to like movies that are made for like the big screen because I feel like there's just, I don't know, there's like much more like emotional investment, and the storytelling is just a little bit different and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, Holiday Heart was made for. Right, it was made for TV, so that was the last one that I saw that I was like, yeah, this is good. I like it.
Before that, you know what? Polar Express was good too. I remember seeing that in the theaters.
Oh, is that the
Tom Hanks? Yeah, because it had like that 3D aspect to it. I remember seeing that in the theaters and be like, oh wow, y'all actually kind of made this for the theaters and put the little kind of 3D spin on it, and it's because when you watch it on TV, it looks a little off. You're like, that don't look right because it was supposed to be specifically for theaters.
Yeah. I never liked 3D movies. They made me like nauseous.
Me, same. Double bit.
Right.
No, and then you gotta wear these glasses and
Yeah, I don't like
even like the new glasses, you know, that look like glasses or whatever, you know, that come in a little like, you know, condom that you have to take out and then and then drop off. Just it's condom. Just too much. Just too much.
I don't like that.
I would actually just love to see more queer gay movies, like queer holiday movies. Like, especially Black.
I will say this season, it seems like there's a little
people
more.
Of color.
Yeah, there seems to be a little more this season. They seem to be slowly but sure, because Corey be watching all of them. If it's on Lifetime and Hallmark, Corey Edward is going to be watching this shit. And I've noticed that they try to sprinkle us in a little bit. It's not all the way in. It's just a tip. But I'm like, at least white conservative America, because that's who this is probably really aimed at. is starting to have to see that, hey, we exist on Christmas as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but there is that queer holiday movie that came out on Netflix.
Okay.
With the 2 white guys, right?
No, it's the black guy.
Oh,
his best friend.
Interracial.
It's interracial. It's the interracial one at that too. Yeah, it's your typical like, oh, my family is worried about me because I'm always single at the holidays. Come with me, just be my friend. Blah 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 blah. Gets hooked up on a date. They start liking each other. The best friend's like, oh my god, I like him. Yeah. Maybe we should be more than friends. The typical,
right.
But okay, I mean,
so I've seen it.
But representation,
hey,
it's
good.
It's gay. And then what's her name? And what's
we're
her
just
name
as stereotypical as every other Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
They normalized us.
I would love to see like Lena Waithe get in this space. I would love to see, just like, again, more representation of like people of color, trans individuals, lesbian women, like, stories that are centered around like that, like, are not centered around their like identity, but it's centered around the holidays, but it just so happens to be queer people being the star of it. Mm-hmm. Like that to me would be like, okay, I got to watch this. I got to support my people. But everything else, like I'm tired of like seeing white people fall in love around Christmas. As I sit my, and this is not an endorsement, but as my sugar plum,
Not come on, Sugar Plum Fairy. That's the Megan Stallion song I want to hear. She called her ass the Sugar Plums. Hey, Sugar Plum ho, Sugar Plum ho, Sugar Plum ho.
Because her alter ego is Tina Snow.
Right.
Tina Snow. So
there we go. Tina Snow and the Sugar Plum Fairies.
It is Snow.
I love my white people. My husband's white, so
right.
Let's not get it twisted. Like, damn, do I hateful against white people? What's going on?
Just certain ones.
That part.
A whole word. Just a whole word.
Like that meme was like, when you've been trashing his people all day, and then get in bed with him, and be like, I love you.
I felt that shit to my soul.
So
that hit.
I was like, you right. Damn. I often wonder.
Do you ever get that look from your husband or your partner? Do you ever get that look from them when like you just say something like,
that's what I was about to say too.
Oh.
and I guess like I was trying not to like reveal the fantasy. Obviously, we're recording this one a little earlier, so you'll have a husband's episode by the time this episode. So that might be a conversation we might have.
No, we need to have that conversation.
Yes.
We need to have that conversation.
So that's why I stopped myself. I was like, ooh, hold on. We'll probably have that combo by the time this episode come out. But yeah. So are you doing anything different this Christmas? Obviously, is COVID part 2. Are you, like, I know last year it was the first time in my life that like I wasn't with my family at all during the holidays. Yeah. And this year the plan, well, we'll see, just because life is just still a little crazy right now, just on the personal side. But the plan is potentially to be home, and by the time this episode comes out, I'll make my decision. But it's just interesting now, especially being married and trying to merge lives.
One of the nice things about his family being in Europe, don't have to worry about. Don't have to worry about.
And I feel like it gets harder and harder every year because like, you try to establish your own new traditions and things like that, but then like you're still like trying to go home to your family and Corey to his family, and then all the families merge. It's a lot. And so at least the last 2 years, maybe that's kind of been taken care of, sadly, but it's just like you haven't had to stress out about that part of it. But it's still just like, this year, I don't know, because it's just like, it sounds like Corey is probably actually going to have to stay in Atlanta because he started a new job, blah, 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 and just doesn't have the days off. And so trying to figure out, okay, what days do I go home? What days do I come here? Am I here on Christmas Day? Am I home on Christmas Day? And that's just real shit that people across the world have to deal with, just figuring out what they want and how to make, unfortunately, everyone happy, including yourself.
Yeah. Where's the compromise at?
Yeah.
I don't know. I won't be going anywhere because Fizz will be going back to Europe here in a few days after this episode to go visit his new niece. It's the first grandchild, so it's first time uncle.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Love it.
So he's gonna leave like the day after our anniversary. So instead of like trying to go home, see my family, and then get him to Europe, I was just like, you're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so
yeah.
Let me collect this D now, and then I chose the D over the family. I'm sorry.
Like, let me stock up on the D now, and see when you come back.
It's gonna be a long 15 days. So, but everybody got gifts, so
right.
Priorities.
Right, exactly.
I'm so done. What are you doing, Dawon?
Yeah. Going home, splitting between like the family, and it's just regular. So we're gonna spend a couple of days in Indiana, and then drive from there on Christmas Day to Michigan and spend time with my sister and my mom and whatnot for a couple of days, and we'll fly back on Monday. So
there you go. It's just like
they be wanting me to come back home, and you got birthdays. Like, my mom's birthday is 9 days after Christmas. My sister's birthday is 15 days after Christmas. Then, like, my nephew.
When is your birthday?
And your birthday.
When's your birthday?
8 days after Christmas. Ow. But yeah, and then like I got nephews' birthdays in February, so they be wanting me to come home all the time. And I said, look, I'm coming home once a winter.
Yeah.
Once a winter. So if I come home for Christmas, that means I ain't seen none of y'all for birthdays.
Yeah.
I'll come April, May, for one of the nieces and nephews then, and those birthdays.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I probably won't come home for Christmas much anymore. Just because our anniversary is there, and then I'll just go see the boys for their birthdays in February.
There you go.
Like feel like and just give them that one-on-one time and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's real.
Have you ever taken a Christmas off from the family and just did like your own thing, like did like a Christmas vacation?
Ooh, that's
Last
leading
year.
up to the Ask Your Auntie question too. So hold on, let's save that combo.
Okay.
We 30 minutes in. You want to hop in now?
Let's go for it.
Why don't we take a break?
Yeah.
So we'll take a break.
After these messages, we'll be right back. We interrupt this episode for very important information.
That's right. You've been asking for it for a long time, and we have heard you.
Yep, it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
Yo
AunTeas
got merch. Hey, that's right. You know what? We got tees, we got long tees, we got sweatshirts, we got fanny packs, there's just a whole gamut of stuff out there. So go and check that out.
We are so appreciative of your love and support, and we are so excited to launch it. Girl, where can we find us at?
Ma'am, they can head right over to minorityareport.com to check out the selection.
That's right. That's MINORITEA report.com.
Woo! All right.
What does he say? Welcome back to the WB.
At the WB. All right. What time is it? Ask your aunties. Hey. Oh, man. All right, let's see it. This was kind of a long one, but here we go. Bear with us. It says, hey, aunties, it just dawned on me today that I will be spending my first Christmas all on my own this year. Right or wrongly, it's something I always associated with old people without a family or people in extreme circumstances, and not a young man like myself. One sibling is living overseas, and another will be with their in-laws. My parents are going to be vacationing. They've always wanted to do this, so do this during Christmas. And when they asked, I said it's okay with me. So this means for the first time in my life, I'm not going to be with my family during the holidays. It says was even luckily able to be with them during COVID last year. I wasn't really bothered until the other day when I was with some friends and they started talking about all their family traditions and how they'll spend the day. And I got a little, I like this. I got a little bit of a pang of emotion that I won't be doing that. Any ideas of what I could do to still feel in the holiday spirit and enjoy the day? Thanks and have a great holiday. P.S. Just wanted to throw in, I'm very appreciative of the fact that I'm in good health, have a family I can miss, and somewhere to sleep this Christmas. Didn't want to sound ungrateful.
Well, girl, you gotta stay your ass at home. Go do something too. Like take a note from your parents. If they saying deuces, we going somewhere, then
Deuces.
you go somewhere too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like I get wanting the however, like the holiday, activities with your family and like the meals and like unwrapping presents and stuff like that. But sometimes the holidays isn't just about the the physical things and the materialistic things. Sometimes it's just kind of how you ended it, about being grateful and just remembering what you have in your life to be appreciative about, and not being afraid to use those in the ways that help you benefit during the holiday season too. So like if you have it in your funds to go travel somewhere or go do something that you've never done before, encourage you to do it. Like that would be the perfect time to pour into yourself, because one thing we do during the holiday season is we always give, and we don't know how to give back to ourselves during the holiday season. And it's very important that we take time out for ourselves. So use this moment to try doing that and try learning that lesson that, as you give out to people, also give into yourself, So Fizz and I, we went on a holiday road trip last year. We spent Christmas and New Year's for, I want to say 11 days on the road, just driving the coast. We didn't see anybody. It was just us two. And it was a great time. It was honestly a great time. No one killed each other.
You guys survived.
We survived. Like we didn't even get to a single fight. It was the craziest thing. So look into taking a road trip or buying yourself something new, but that'll be my thoughts.
What about you?
I tend to agree. I tend to agree. I think the other thing that I would even suggest is like a staycation would be a really nice thing. Oftentimes wherever people are living, they don't know what it's like to just be within their own city. And I get it. Listen, in this Zoom world where like, depending on what your jobs are and whatnot, you may be spending all day in your house or whatever, so maybe this could be a good opportunity to treat yourself to, just like find a nice hotel downtown somewhere, in your own city, if you don't feel like traveling and dealing with all the, the people in the airports and da, 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 da. And again, it's all, fun specific, but, this could be a really cool way for you to just kick off, the Christmas for yourself. You can, go there Christmas Eve, order, order in, for the next morning and have breakfast brought to you, have treat yourself to a little spa day or whatever. And, maybe get on a little Zoom with your family and, spend it that way, but do something special for yourself. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, one of the reasons why I asked the question to the aunties earlier is because, I've taken a couple of years off from the family completely and just did and planned my own thing. And it wasn't because, I didn't want to spend time with them or whatever, but it was just because I never done that. And, as a person who doesn't have kids, you're always accommodating other people. And I wanted the opportunity to invest in myself in some kind of way and just do something different, So
what did you do?
The first vacation I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay. Ooh,
treated myself to
a Puerto Rico pappy. Hey, baby, do you know I like it when you call me?
Might have been
pappy,
a little bit of
like
there might have a little bit of mumfungo action going on down there.
I know that's right.
But
that's enough to fit the Bentayga. I know that's right.
That was like the very first time that I found myself like completely gone. I wasn't in like it wasn't snowing. I was in the tropics or whatever. It was just a very different kind of feel, but also it was really kind of liberating, to be able to do that. And so, it's a different vibe, but you know what, at the end of the day, this has been a completely different year and a half, of COVID. So if you're going to try something new and you have the opportunity to be by yourself this time, figure out something that's going to make you happy and do that, I wouldn't advise just staying at home and doing what you do every other Saturday. It's whatever.
Yeah,
like
that's a good.
Make it special. Make it special. So think of like go out to, go online and find if there's like some kind of like Christmas tour that's going on. Go out and treat yourself and drive around and find like the Christmas lights and all that. Like get into the holiday spirit, you know, but do the things that you really
volunteer.
enjoy.
Oh my God, volunteer. You know, that's
another
another great thing to do too during the holidays, you know, or to volunteer your time and to helping other people. Then you still get a little bit of that Christmas spirit. You'll be around others. You know, that's
and be around others that are also probably by themselves on the holiday, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
What are you thinking?
You guys nailed it. It was just interesting because I understand the emotional part of it behind it, because last year was the first year for me, and so that's still fresh, and then even still trying to figure out this year, there's an emotional part of it because it's like you've done that your whole life, and that's the norm, and that's your comfort zone, and especially if you get along with your family, like you honestly want to chill with your family. You know,
I must be awful because this is a norm to me. I lived in the same damn city and still said no.
Oh, really? Yeah, no,
I mean,
enjoy
that's
it.
that Capricorn energy.
That is that Capricorn energy. Yeah, no, like, I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy my family. I enjoy the traditions we have. Like, I enjoy like every Christmas Eve. Like my friend Chris, even though he lives here in Atlanta, like we still go back home. We go to his parents' house. We drink like, especially when we became of age, we drank like Jack Daniel's honey on the rocks. We watch like BET, and we watch like just music videos, chilling in his basement. Like his dad has like all these like black Santas and figurines. So like it's just like, so you do that your whole life and you miss that. And it's not even like a bad thing. It is what it is. So last year, feeling that, like even waking up that morning, I'm like, this is just different. Wasn't bad. It's just different, and you kind of long for those traditions a little bit. But I agree with you guys. Like find something that makes you happy. Find something that's a little different. Don't just stay in the crib if that's what you normally do on your weekends. Do something that's a little outside the norm for yourself. Go if there's a spa open. I don't know where this person lives. If there's a spa open,
Chicago, go to Steamy's. You'll be, you know, there'll be people there.
You won't be alone.
You won't be alone on Christmas. You won't be alone. So yeah, try to do something special.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, and to fill in the festival. And luckily, what we've learned through COVID is technology has finally caught up. So Zoom, have a little Zoom moment where at least you get to see your families, to say happy holidays if they're opening something or whatever they may be doing. Do that. If you want to go on a little vacay, your parents going on vacay, go on vacay too if you want to, if you have the funds to do so. But make it a little special for yourself. Something just out of the norm that you normally wouldn't have done for yourself. Now you actually have the time to do so.
You know what?
Without the worry of everyone else.
I was just thinking, like this might present a really interesting opportunity, you know, to create a tradition. You know, like for example, and it doesn't have like I know we throw out a couple of ideas that have like costs, but like maybe you all can do like a flat Stanley. And I don't know if you know what that is, if you have, you know, kindergartners around or whatever, but you know, it's a little paper, you know, paper person or whatever. You can replace that with like the elf on the shelf or whatever. Go buy an elf on the shelf. You, your parents, your brother, you know, everybody that's going to be gone, buy an elf on the shelf. And then at that week of Christmas, even leading up to Christmas, you take pictures of the elf somewhere, you know, and doing like different things or whatever. That could be fun. That could be a really great kind of like come and thinking of the ideas of what your elf could be doing could be part of the fun of, you know, you just spending that time alone, but you're not really alone because you're still like doing something with your family. You're just not together. So I would even encourage you to think of something like that.
Real story too. You know, even traveling, you know, you might find love traveling too. That's how I found Fizz. I was out here in Seattle visiting some other D, and then I found him. And I was visiting on Thanksgiving. I gave up Thanksgiving for some D, you know. So moral of the story is, you know, D can bring some good things in your life if you choose it.
Let me just piggyback on that.
Don't give me no 1225
B. Don't give me no flack for driving from Ohio to Rochester. You know,
this bitch don't flew all the way to Seattle. Jesus. Flew all the way to Seattle for some D and got some other D.
Right, exactly. She got a whole man. She didn't just get the D. She got the whole man.
A whole man, Maury. That is so true. Oh, Jesus. Her number might be lower than ours, but she'll do some traveling for some D. She got a bus stop. She got a bus stop trick. She got a plane trick. where's the train? You need a train and a bus and a ship. But yeah, no, I agree. I like the voluntary thing because again, there's just a lot of folks on the holidays where you just kind of feel that it's just an emotional time period of what.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
What you had and what you wish you had and things like that. But yeah, and we also know that there's other holidays, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and things like that. So when we say Christmas, we're meaning it almost like the umbrella, just like the holiday spirit. And even if you don't celebrate the holidays, go and get you a little masseur on the side and have you a little rub down that day. Hey, so do what works for you. Honey, rub it all the way out. I know that's right. Ski, motherfucker. Skeeting on Christmas. Oh, that's an album title.
Oh, Skeeting on Christmas.
Skeeting on Christmas.
Hey.
Woo, parental advisory. Community, continue to send your Ask Yo AunTeas questions to aya@minorityareport.com or DM us. Hopefully you're having a happy holiday. I don't even know if we've said that. Happy holidays. Or not. We came right on in and just said, hey, it's Christmas, bitch. Hey.
Right.
So hopefully you're having happy holidays and things like that. I found this cool article where it shows the popular Christmas toys. And if it's loud, because somebody over here doing the most, I'm sorry, community.
I thought that was Dawon.
Girl, no, they like
because she in New York, you be hearing the horns in the cars.
Right.
It's surprisingly quiet out here. They must have shut the city down or something because we haven't heard any noise.
Like I don't know, it sounds like they chopping down like a tree or something. But anyway, so sorry if y'all hear that in the background. But they were showing the popular toys of the year that you were born. And so I don't know if everyone wants to give that year they were born or not, but I don't
88.
care. Right, I was about to say it is what it is. Shut up. She chat. Okay, so 1988. Let me scroll on down here. Or actually, because it's going from like the 60s down. Dawon, what was yours?
76.
76.
Yeah.
So the year that you were born, Connect 4 was a popular toy.
Oh, that's my shit. Oh. I think that's probably one of the first games I learned how to play.
Really?
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. I remember that one and Connection. I don't know if you remember that one. That was the one with all the little pieces, and you had to get it in the little holes or whatever before the time ran out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was like the precursor to Operation. It's like the same kind of thought process. Yep. It says, fun fact, Connect 4 might seem like a simple game, but did you know that there are, oh man, hold on, that's million, that's 4,531,985,219,092 possible game board positions. That's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, now.
I'm looking for a champ though.
But look, if you get pissed off, all you got to do is click that little switch.
Click that little thing and be like, ain't nobody winning. Ain't nobody winning.
That's right.
So I was born in 84, and it says Transformers. Okay, Transformers, robots in disguise. Who thought of that shit like robots in disguise? Even though that's a bop. It says, fun fact, Transformers were a Japanese creation, and made by toy manufacturer Takara. Okay. And this is like the old school looking Transformers too. They got the updated ones now. This look like the metal ones. You know, back in the day, them toys used to be metal. Not plastic. Girl, the worst. Step on a metal toy. That shit hurt.
There's a whole documentary series on Netflix that has it's in the same vein of the movies that the movies we like. It's like the toys
that made us or something
like that. Yeah. But they have a whole thing on Transformers, so you should check that out.
I like the episode with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Woo!
That was wild.
My shit. Well, that was my shit.
And the one around He-Man. I don't know if you watched that one, but like
I haven't watched that one though.
It's crazy. Like, well, I won't give it away, but if you get a chance, go ahead and watch that one too.
The fuck they doing out here? So 88, and I forgot about this until looking at this. It says starting lineup. And so starting lineup used to have the baseball card and the figurine next to each other. And here, I'll put it in the chat so you guys can see. Copy image. There we go.
You don't know her.
Right. Oh, I guess it's just going to the pictures. But what it is starting lineup, and it'll have like whoever the popular baseball player was at the time in a baseball card. And I forgot about seeing these in the store. And it says, fun fact, starting lineup figures were thought up by Pat McAnally, who was a former football player for the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay.
But why would like a sports figurine be like the number one for that whole year?
It's just weird how certain things are, I don't know. I mean, at the time, you got to think baseball was way more popular than probably even what it is now. Yeah. It's just something new, something different.
Well, for the longest time, it was America's sports. Because remember, for the longest time, it was America's sport. Right. Like everyone watched baseball. And
maybe it was a combination. Maybe it was a combination of the card collecting plus because like, you know, it's just a figurine. So,
right.
You know.
Ooh, I think it's a combination. The Turtles were in 1990, and I remember these figurines. Here, I'm going to put the whole little article. Did the article come up or just a picture for that?
Just the picture came up on that one.
I'm going to give y'all the article. It's community. I'll try to post this somewhere. I don't know. But the Turtles were in 1990, and I remember these Turtles because the same Chris that I just talked about, like the Christmas tradition, I remember he got the Technodrome one Christmas. And I remember going over there and seeing it was like the Technodrome's like a big circular thing where the Foot Clan lived. And so I remember going over there and we all knew what it was because it's circular. And I was like, oh, he got the Technodrome. But sure enough, got it. And I never got the Technodrome. I'm still mad at my parents to this day. I'm still jealous to this day.
This is how I know I was poor. Because as a kid, why did all the toys from the 70s were the toys that I had as a kid? Okay. Like I definitely got the Tonka truck, the Tonka toy truck that came in 1974. I had that exact yellow metal Tonka truck. The Uno cars from then too, the Light Bright from 1970.
Those Uno cars are like the classic ones. That's what I had too. Like with the wild, like you look at the wild and it's like the stacked wild wording. Yeah, that's
like literally all these stuff from the 60s and 70s. These were the toys that I had. My parents gave me their old shit.
That's what they did. Sure did.
Damn. Even Simon. Damn.
So some of these, I'm trying to think. I'm looking at some of these. I'm like, I got the original Nintendo. I remember that. And then when you used to have to blow in the cartridge, because that shit used to go blinking in and out on the screen.
Yeah.
I remember getting that one. That was at our old house. I distinctly remember
Jenga
that one.
Came out in 87?
Right. I didn't realize it's that old.
I had no idea. Wow.
Right. Game Boy. I never had a Game Boy. I was jealous of the Game Boy.
Yep. I had a lot of the electronic stuff. I was really into I was really into the electronics.
Another one, my same Chris. Chris was like my best friend growing up. Chris is probably like going to always like, we had an episode about best friends. He might be the one that I might call my best friend for life, even though we're not as close now. But like we were just so close then. He had that Talk Boy from Home Alone in 1993. He got that and I never got that one. And I was like, dang. But I think actually my sister eventually got the Talk Boy.
I definitely had these Power Rangers. I remember pushing the button on the belt and the head would flip over. Yep. God damn.
My brother had those. And then everyone remembers the Tickle Me Elmo in 1996. Like that was just like a cultural moment. I don't know why.
I told this story last year, but I remember like getting to a fight at Target in 2007, 2006, because they came out with them again and they were always sold out. Yep. And this woman had the nerve to try to take it out of my buggy. And I said, no, you're not, bitch. I had two of them too. She was heated. You know,
Jerrell always stayed fighting.
And it was crazy because it was my 16-year-old sister wanted one of these Tickle Me Elmos for Christmas, and I was like, "You can have one."
Yep.
What was the Christmas gift that you got that you just like absolutely loved? Like, it doesn't have to be like the number one, but like, what is one of the Christmas gifts that you got that was just like? It was the bee's knees for you. Yeah.
It was the year I got my boombox. I got like a boombox with a CD player on top. So it had the CD player, it had a tape deck, and it was like portable enough to carry.
How old were you then?
Oh God, let me think. Because the CDs I got with it, so it had to be maybe like
90 or teen,
like pre-teen-ish.
Okay.
Because
like 10, 11, 12 kind of thing.
Because the albums, and the reason I say this because I remember the albums I got. I got the Boyz II Men. album. I got the first one and the second one, so 2. I got the Janet album, which I don't know why they gave like a. I had to because Janet album was maybe what 93.
So that was. Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
like the
okay.
F and Throb and everything. I don't know why they was giving like a little like 10-year-old boy.
Okay, Pastor Revis.
Right. They probably just didn't know better.
These are pretty interesting songs.
Right.
Names.
So I got those 2. So I got the 2 Boys and Men albums and the Janet album. So let's see what year the 2 album is, because I feel like that's a little later than the Janet album, boys. But anyway, I say all that to say, like, I've always been music. And I just remember being so happy about that damn boombox. I had that boombox like until I went to like college. Like, it was always in my room. Wow. It was my favorite. I had the 2 decks. Now I think about it, I had the 2 decks because I used to like sit there and record the radio on it and everything. Oh, to this day I'm still like cheesing about it. Like, I was just so happy about that damn boombox and the CDs to go along with it, because at that point CDs were starting to become more popular. So to get a CD with it, not a tape, a CD, honey, that was it. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, Jerrell.
Okay. So there were 2. Like it's a tie. So I remember my uncle, he was deployed, he was in the Marines, and he was like in training like in Boulder, Colorado, somewhere in Colorado. And I was like begging my mom for one of those like 9-in-1 tables where like on one side it was a pool table, then you flip it over and there could be air hockey.
Oh yeah,
and and it was like And I was begging her for one of those.
One of those.
And my uncle didn't even have a car. He went to Toys R Us and he bought one, and he literally carried it 3 miles back home and shipped it to me all the way from Colorado. And I remember waking up on Christmas and opening my toy and just being like,
see, that's a boo-hoo moment.
Over the moment. And I was in the 3rd grade when this happened too. Like, I vividly, and it was one of those things too, because like my uncle was like my person. So like when he lived with us, like I was always chilling in my uncle's room, like listening to like Bob Marley and like watching him play the guitar and like watching anime and like those old karate movies where they were like, with the sound effects and stuff like that. I was just always like, I was always kicking it. So when he moved away, I was like sad. I was devastated. So when he did that following Christmas, I was literally in tears crying, like missing my uncle. So there was that one.
Aww.
And then I remember in the 7th grade, my mom.
Wait, just pause for 1 second. Did you see the chat?
I
thought the same thing, ho.
Okay,
I was letting him have his moment. I was like, let me shut up.
My uncle ain't listening to Anita Baker. We're talking about a grown Black man. He ain't listening to no damn Anita Baker.
I thought the exact same. No. I was like, oh, I guess he ain't heard no Anita Baker.
And then I also just told you he listened. I also just told you he watched anime and read comic books.
You right.
He
was listening to Wu-Tang.
He was doing the other stuff. He was doing the other stuff.
He was on the other side of the road.
Right. He was not listening to no Anita Baker.
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh, that's a sentimental moment. Let me shut up. I thought the same thing.
That was just a throwback moment to an earlier episode. I
don't bet, but I bet you if you ask my uncle a song about Anita Baker, he'll be like,
he would know it.
He wouldn't know it. He wouldn't know it either. I'm telling you. But then I remember my 7th grade, my mom waited outside. This is when Pokemon Yellow first came out. Because they had just had the red and blue. And I didn't have the red and blue, but Pokemon Yellow was like the next big game, and it came out with the Game Boy. And I remember her waiting in line, and she got me one for Christmas. And I just remember being like, fuck every gift. Yeah. And I literally was just on my Game Boy, playing Pokemon Yellow for like the next year.
And it was all yellow.
Yeah. I do feel like I have 2. My absolute favorite gift is not even a toy at all. I remember I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I got a sweatsuit, and the sweatsuit was like, it was like blue. It was like 1980s blue. It was blue.
Was it velour?
No, it was a sweatsuit.
Okay.
My mom got it from like Higbee's, JCPenney, something like one of the old stores or whatever. But it had my name embroidered on it.
Oh, I could tell you nothing.
Kerel, like Jerrell, there were probably a lot more Jerrells in the world, you know, but especially by the time you came around in 1980.
Oh, for sure.
than the number of Dawons and Kerels that have been out there. And so, like, I had for a very long time, you know, just growing up Black and gay and having a name that not a lot of people knew what, you know, how to pronounce it or whatever, was just like, you know, a moment of shame or whatever to work through. And then when I saw that name on there, because she got it from my brother, my sister, and me. So my brother had JR, mine had Dawon, and my sister had Brandy. And it was white embroidered on like blue like sweatsuit. I wore that thing everywhere. And I remember I could only wear it for like 8 months because literally I hit a growth spurt the following summer.
Oh, damn.
And I pulled it out of because, you know, you don't wear sweats in the summertime for the most part. So I remember, you know, we pulled out all of our stuff, whatever, to see what we could still fit on. And I put on that shirt and it came all the way up to here.
You was devastated. No! Should have known she was a little fashionista then.
But I loved that my mom had, like, my mom and my dad both, but my mom especially, like, she went all out for Christmas. Like,
that's my mom too.
All out. I mean, I understand that's coming from a place of privilege, and it's not like we grew up with a lot of money, but my mom really, like, every single Christmas, like, we always had a Christmas tree. Like, we're really big into celebrations, and we always had, you know, tons of presents and all that stuff. And we didn't get everything that we wanted, but we got quite a few things that we absolutely wanted. And like that, I didn't even ask for that. That was something that she just thought up on her own. And I remember I got to open that. We were at my Aunt Debbie's house because we got to take one gift over to my Aunt Debbie's house and do it Christmas Eve and open a gift there. And then we could open the rest of our presents the next day. And that was a present I opened up. And when I tell you, I screamed, I ran upstairs to one of the bathrooms and tore up all my clothes and put it on. Didn't tell me nothing.
See, and that just kind of goes back to the Ask Yo AunTeas question. Is like those moments that, like, just it's entangled in your DNA where you still have those pains of emotions where you're like, damn. And especially as you get older, it's like you might not get as many gifts and you really might not care about as much, but it's just those memories and those situations that are just so entangled in your DNA that makes the holidays so special that, like, I understand where that question comes from, where it's like, girl, you can do what you want, but it's like, damn, I want to be with my family, or I want to be with my friends, or whomever it is that you have those emotional ties with.
What do you guys do for, like, your nieces and nephews? You know, like, I mean, I don't have kids. None of us has kids at the moment, but, like, what do you do to make holidays special with your nieces and nephews?
And you know, Jerrell loved giving gifts, so he probably give.
Girl, that's my love language. I do the most. I do the absolute most. I tell you, my sister be like, you're gonna have to stop. I'm in our room, and it's to the point that, like, some of the gifts, these kids, some of them go to the closet and never be opened. Like she'll come around in July, and some of the Christmas gifts still be in the box, untouched, etc. Which is okay, because we end up, like, we've been teaching them how to, you know, donate their toys and give back and stuff like that. So every year in the holiday, right before the holidays, we go through their toys, or they go through their toys, and they give away the toys that they no longer play with, and they donate them. But as far as what I do, honestly, I just have it in me just because of, like, how Christmas was for us growing up. Like, you know, we didn't have a lot, but my mom made sure that we never felt like we were without, if that makes sense. So I may not have gotten, like, the stuff that came out that year, you know, but I got at least something that came out that year. Like, my mom made sure we got one thing that was like, I broke my back for this. Here you go. And then here's a whole bunch of, like, little things that go behind, you know, that come after it. So I'm always about doing better for the generation after you. And so a lot of what I do for them comes attached with not just Christmas, but also having good grades and being good kids. I'm buying my nephew an iPhone 13 for his phone.
Okay, now. Oh, shit. All right, now. Balling.
But I mean, like, I do.
But how old is he?
7.
Honey.
Okay, but here's the thing though. This kid is gifted. Like he is joining like the Minnesota State like gifted and young program where they only select 10 people out the whole state to join this program. Like this boy is smart.
Aww.
Like be reading. He's one of those kids where you can't do like the grown-up thing and say one thing. He's like, no,
it's
that's
like
not it.
Right.
No, because you said, and you're like, damn.
It's like I sure did say that.
Damn. Shut your ass up, you know. But he is a really good kid. Also, he's the one in the family that we think he's gonna be part of the family one day when he, grow up.
Hey, boo.
So he's, so I'm also like, I'm just,
I don't have one of those.
Right.
I like it's very, very kind of like, even my mom was like, he reminds me a lot of you when you was a kid. And I was like, I know. And that's why I'm very close with him. And I'm just like, accepting him for who he is. But
that's so beautiful.
So I just give into the kids a lot. Like my one nephew, I bought him a gaming PC that was like $900. But it's one of those ones where he has to put it together himself. So I'm teaching him, how to build computers. We're going to get him into coding and stuff like that. Like really kind of get him into the tech world because he really wants to go. And so again, I do these things, but I do them with the reason to invest into who they are going to become, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
no, same.
What about you, bro?
Same. It's the last Christmas. I mean, I always got to determine how much to share. Oh God, it's gonna make me boohoo. Sorry, hold on, I'm having a moment. Just because it's just like I've only been an uncle maybe the last 4 Christmases. I'm trying to think because she was born right before Christmas, so maybe 5 Christmases at this point, and she's just going through a lot of stuff now. And then like I have Trey, who's like almost like a step nephew. But like he's my nephew at this point, and he's just very into like gaming and things. However, the last couple Christmases, I haven't been giving him a lot of game stuff because he hasn't been doing as well in school because of gaming. And so I'm like, nope, I'm gonna give you other stuff to build your brain and this because you need to get off these damn games.
It's a book.
It's literally
like it's an encyclopedia.
Because he's extremely smart, but like he doesn't care about school because he wants to do gaming. He wants to do this, which is like, okay, I'm cool with that, but you gotta do good in school to get into school to do like gaming. And that's the part that doesn't quite click in his brain. And so every year is almost a challenge to find for him things that he's going to be interested in because he's just so into gaming and things like that. And then like my youngest niece, I haven't even met her in person yet because of COVID and because of my other nieces, just like health struggles and things like that. So it's for me, it's kind of almost like an emotional thing right now, just because there's just a lot personally going on with it. And then just like my family, like my mom's the one that's always like similar to you doing, like always like, okay, I'm gonna find gifts, and she just loves Christmas to give. My dad and I were like, what do you want? Okay, you want that? Okay, I'll buy that, and vice versa. My mom, in a way, that way too. The older we've gotten, I'm like, okay, is there something that you've had your eye on that you just haven't bought for yourself yet? Let me know so I can buy it, because I hate giving gifts where like I ain't seen that gift. Where's that gift at? I'd rather you get something you want, and I'll just pay for it. And that's where we're
see. That's where you gotta see. I see. So I'm not a Christmas girl, but I shop for Christmas all year round.
Yeah.
So like I pay attention to the conversations that we have like back in May and stuff like that. And then that's when you come up with your Christmas gifts.
Our family, and we're all guilty of this, we'll say, oh, I da-da-da-da-da, and guess what? We're about to go buy it our damn selves. Okay, and so you buy it and be like, damn, you already got it? You bought it 6 months ago?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And we're all like that. So like, no, we've just learned over the years, especially probably the last decade of our lives, all of it, like, we literally have a group text and say, what's something you want? You saw it, don't buy it then, because I got you. And and it is what it is. Like, and obviously we still buy like a couple little kind of smaller gifts and things like that, just so at least you have something that you didn't know that we're getting you. But for the most part, we're like, shoot, get what you want, and it does not hurt none of our feelings at all in our family, in my immediate family.
Do y'all with y'all with y'all families, do you buy everyone a gift for the adults, or do you do like a Secret Santa and then you buy all the kids a gift?
Well, because usually, and damn, they're gonna drive me crazy out here, whatever the hell they're doing.
Drag racing. Come on now.
Literally, it's like chopping down a tree or some wood or something. No, like we usually just buy like gifts for like my immediate family. Like obviously, it's starting to grow, like husband and nieces and nephews. And
I guess
like
that's
that.
what I meant. Like
Yeah,
your siblings and your parents only.
Yeah. Usually, I'll buy everyone something.
Okay.
And then even like Corey's like nieces and nephews, I'll probably give them like gift cards and things like that. Because they're in that weirdest like teen phase, and they're just like, I don't want nothing you buy me. Let me pick out what I want. So I'm like, here's an Amazon gift card, or right, exactly. So that's what I usually do for them. But usually, like the immediate family, I'll buy something for all of them. But even like this year, like my dad literally sent a text yesterday saying, what did he say? Something to accept. Because like last year we didn't do anything. I still bought everyone kind of like a little gift card, just because we're like, it is what it is. But then this year my dad was like, Christmas courtesy gifts only, limited items, low cost, could be none at all. Like we're just kind of at that phase where it's just like, we all don't really need anything.
Yeah, and that's why we do like the little secret Santa. Like we will all pick someone's name, and then you share, 3 things you want that are like $50 or less, or $100 or less, whatever, and then whoever your secret Santa would get you that gift, and that way you got something that you need, versus like trying to come up with a laundry list of things for everybody to buy, and and then that way we pour more into the kids that way versus having to for all the siblings and parents. It's just a lot. So and you have like more siblings than I do. Like it's just 9.
3 of exactly. So I completely agree with that. Like it's just the 3 of us. And then obviously, like my brother has 3 kids, and then Corey's in it now, and then my sister has her boyfriend. So like it's slowly getting a little larger, but for forever it's literally just like the 5 of us, like my parents and the 3 of us. So it was a little easier to be like, okay, I could get you a couple things, So but all right, we're getting late in this episode. I was like, damn, I don't know what we're gonna do for a Christmas episode, and shit, it's an hour 10 in. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick little curiosity. It's gonna be a little hodgepodge of stuff. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. And by the way, I did look up the Boyz II Men album came out in 1994, so it was probably 1994 that I got that boombox, because the Janet album came out in 93, so I was just a year late getting that one. Let's see here. Let's do a little this or that right now, quickly.
And before you do that, just really quickly, Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody. So
starts December 26th.
Celebrating everything. Let's be all inclusive. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, are you more Christmas movies or are you more Christmas music?
Probably more Christmas music than movies.
It's a wash for me. There's basically one song and the classics.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That's that one song.
He's like, that's my theme music, ho.
Up to the stage.
Right. Mrs. Grinch. Let's see here. Dawon Grinch. Dawon Dume Grinch. Snowball fights or snow angels?
Inside the house.
I would say snowball fights.
Okay.
I would probably say snow angels because I'm a fighter, and it will literally snowball for me. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm probably more snow angels too. Like I kind of like going out there like, yeah.
I just don't like getting my pants all like wet. That's what I don't like. It was a different story when you were little and you wore that big old onesie that that had the feet in it.
Girl, right?
It's the sound for me.
Right, exactly.
And
that's
you be
a whole
hot.
different kind of game. Right.
You be sweating.
But that's a whole different kind of game than when you were an adult and you try to do some snow angels and your jeans all wet. And
you had recess for like 23 minutes and it took you 12 minutes just to get all that shit on. And then 12 minutes to get it all off, so you're over. Got the gloves on. And then you get, like, you ever had the gloves where it was hard to get in, so you had to do it with your teeth? You're like, the struggle is real growing up in the Midwest, y'all.
Yes.
Oh man, Mariah Carey. This is easy. Mariah Carey or Michael Bublé?
Michael Bublé.
Oh,
Mariah Carey for me.
Really? Wait, Bublé over Carey?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, unpack that right quick. Why?
Just because it ain't what everyone else is doing.
Okay. I mean, the bootleg Christmas albums are dope as hell. Don't get me wrong.
It is. But I mean, like, it's one of the things where I can listen to his whole thing and it puts me in a certain mood of just kind of relaxing. It makes me like I can clean, I can do everything. Like I can literally sit there and just do all my gift wrapping and not get caught up in music. It's just very chill. Okay. It's very mellow. It's very opposite than who I am. So I kind of like that. It kind of puts me in a stage where I actually sit my ass down and just kind of relax. So
interesting. Okay, it's scary for me because once that joy to the world come on, joy to the world, I'll be like, yes, man, you better sing it.
It also goes back to what Jerrell was talking about earlier about Kelly Clarkson. Like, we know that Mariah Carey, like, this is her favorite holiday.
Right.
Like, we absolutely, like, so no matter what's going on, this is the thing that she lives for. And you just feel it. You feel it in all of her music.
Yeah. Oof. Okay. Warm pajamas or fuzzy socks?
Fuzzy socks.
Okay.
Oh, warm pajamas.
Pajamas for me. I'm not a big sock person.
Yeah. I'm not a big sock person, but I like to be in my house naked. So I'm not putting no damn pajamas on.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Like, we get new pajamas. That's one thing we do every year. My mom always gets us a new pair of pajamas. Even though I don't wear pajamas, I sleep naked. And if I'm walking around the house, like, I got like basketball shorts or something on, you know. But
I wear pajamas for sure.
I do. Yeah. I'll be walking.
You probably got them. You probably got them TLC pajamas too. You be like,
that's exactly what I see too.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little washable silk. I'm just saying.
I just Chardonnay.
Watching my TV shows being like this, just rubbing my legs, being
right.
Just in there having
all perched. Right in the sofa side channel.
Honey. Done. I am so done. Putting lights up or putting a tree up?
I would have to say a tree because we always live in an apartment, so the lights go on the tree, not on the house.
Right.
I hate putting up a tree though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
It is the worst.
It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and then you got to think about taking a hoe down.
That's it's the down for me.
Girl, literally.
I don't know if it's so bad because then you throw the music on and you turn it all the way up and just fill the whole house with Christmas music and you.
When you're putting it up, but when you put it down, you're like,
I can't put up the tree without thinking about putting it down. Like, that's how much I hate taking the tree down too.
I'm gonna put it down. You gonna follow it?
I'm gonna put it down. It's gonna have to be the lights. It's gonna have to be the lights because we do decorate like our fireplace and other places around the place with lights and decor and stuff like that. So it'd probably be the lights because it's the easiest thing.
For me, well, I don't put the tree up no more. You know how Corey Edward is. He's like, nope, I got it. I got a vision in my like this year. The vision is, I love my husband so with all my heart. This year, the vision is kind of more natural. He's like, I don't want the bulbs. I don't want the da-da-da. So literally we have like in our dining room is kind of like all kind of like the greenish colored trees. Like they're all fake trees. I'm trying to think. And there's like 8 of them. But it's kind of like all natural. He's got like his little taxidermy moments in there, and I'm like, okay, we in like the woods, and then it moves into like
the taxidermy.
Like, dead ass serious.
Dexter over here,
and then it moves into like our like the family room, like the den or whatever, and it's kind of more like flocked. There we go, flocked colors, like kind of more whitey colors and things like that. And I'm like, okay, that's your vision, girl. That's your vision this year. Because usually, like, we might have like one year was kind of more like glamorous, like trees. So he bought like a bunch of like champagne colored trees. Another year was like kind of more red. So all the trees had like red bulbs. And I'm like, that's an interior decorator for you.
Look, I pick a color. Fizz picks a color, and that's gonna be the 2 colors on the tree. And that's it. But I said the last year, ever since we went to your house and we saw the baby breaths in that damn tree,
honey,
that has now been the standard in our house.
And that's the worst year. Taking that shit down, because usually he'll put everything up and I'll help him take it down. That shit was everywhere. Everywhere. And we couldn't even get it all the way out the tree. So like we had to buy another tree because he's like, well, that's not the thing this year. He's like, I don't want baby's breath this year. And I'm like, bitch, that's a big ass tree. Like that's I've learned to pick and choose my battles. And I enjoy Christmas. So I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, at least he's all festive in it. But every year is a different theme with my husband. And I'm like, go ahead. So put up the tree, but I ain't doing it the last few years. So peppermint or cinnamon?
Peppermint.
Yeah, peppermint.
Peppermint for me too.
Yeah.
Drive around looking at lights or ice skating?
Ice skating. I love ice skating.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You be out there like Michelle Kwan and everything.
Girl, Chris Yamaguchi, bitch.
Chris Yamaguchi. That was my girl back in the day.
Okay.
Remember the old Chrissy with the bangs? The
yes,
bang. The bang. That was before Taylor Lipinski and her bang.
I would say driving around for me.
I'm gonna say driving around as well. Like I haven't gone ice skating since I was like 3rd grade. So
yeah.
I think I would like it. I just haven't done it.
I want to say it was like 2017 in Chicago, down the Millennium Park. That was the last time I went. Yeah.
And like now living in Atlanta, it would be damn near 70 degrees on Christmas. And they have like at Atlantic Station an ice rink, but it'd be all like sloppy. No, it's outside. They find a way to still kind of keep it kind of cool, but it'd be kind of like sloppy ice.
Oh no.
I'm like, no, it's like y'all ain't even skating, y'all like sludging.
No. Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's get into some music variations versus. Let's see here. The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole or White Christmas?
Wait, I don't.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
That one
is the Christmas song. And I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
The other one.
Okay.
The other one.
Yeah, Nat King Cole.
We have enough white stuff.
I mean,
well,
never too much. Never too much.
Oh, she know that Luther song.
I told you. I know that song, girl.
And honestly, I can't remember. That might be on next.
Confused. No, let me hold up.
And that might be on next week's episode. Hold on, I'm trying to remember now, or last week's episode.
Pause. Time out. First of all, I ain't never said I didn't know.
That's true.
Luther Vandross. I said if it was Squid Games, I wouldn't be able to name 5. That is what I said. So let's clear that up.
That is a true statement.
Okay.
The year of Luther and Anita for Jerrell. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Okay, Jingle Bells or Sleigh Ride?
Jingle bell, jingle bell. Jingle
oh no, that's Jingle Bell, right? That's Jingle Bells, Batman smells, rhyming late at or Sleigh Ride. Come to
Jingle Bells for
me. Okay.
Jingle Bells for me.
I think it will be Sleigh Ride for me.
It's Sleigh Ride for me too. That's a little hype little song. For me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know the words, but Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5 or Silent Night by the Temptations?
Santa Claus for me.
I think it's gonna have to be Santa Claus for me.
Yeah. It's solely for this one part where he's like, "One more time now." I'm like, "You better sing it, Michael." I know that's right, bitch. He was feeling himself that day. I was like, you got me on that one little ad lib. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas versus The Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's my song.
Okay.
The first one. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, what is it for me? It might be The Most Wonderful Time.
Everywhere you go.
Right? I like the dreamy state of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, see? So now you're trying to convert me. I think it might be the second one for me just because I love the string arrangement of the opening of it. So it's like, dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, okay, y'all did that day. Let's hear it. 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child or Mistletoe by Justin Bieber?
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
8 days.
Exactly. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey, or This Christmas, Donny Hathaway? I
Mariah
know for
Carey.
you, right?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be all I want for Christmas.
This one pains me.
That's
I think it's gonna be that one, but damn. And it's Christmas. Boom, boom, boom. That's a blackity black Christmas song.
That is like such a that's like a number 2. Like
Yes.
out of all the songs
Yeah.
that are out there that are modern.
It's gonna be a very special Christmas.
That song smells like sweet potato pie.
It sure do.
And cornbread.
Yes.
Like
Honey.
that song sounds like sweet potato pie and cornbread.
It might
you
be the
hear that song and
blackest.
not think about food. Like it makes me feasting. Yeah,
It's the blackest Christmas song to me.
Yeah,
like even blacker than Silent Night by the Temptations. That's a black ass song.
Yeah.
But this Christmas, just Donny Hathaway, that's just a cultural moment, you know?
It really is.
100%. Yeah.
Santa Baby versus Baby It's Cold Outside, even though it's a little trouble.
Baby It's Cold Outside. I love Baby It's Cold Outside.
Santa Baby, Eartha Kitt. Yes.
Baby It's Cold Outside.
Santa Baby.
Under the tree for me. That like okay.
When you said earlier, martini song.
When you said earlier, like Christmas is gay, that's what I think about. Santa Baby is like a gay ass song. Because you know we all like, right, exactly. But it still might be Baby It's Cold Outside for me though.
I love it.
You literally, and with that song, you do be like,
you do be like, just like.
Santa baby,
so hurry down my chimney tonight. Oh man, damn! See, Santa Baby is a moment, but Baby It's Cold Outside is just like a Christmas just jam.
Yeah,
so I think it's still the latter for me, but you can't go wrong with either one.
Because when I hear Baby It's Cold Outside, I want like some hot cocoa. Like I want to be like under a blanket with the fireplace on.
Right.
But that's a good mashup though.
Yeah.
Both of those songs are a good mashup for sure.
Yeah. They give like a vibe. Let's see here. Here's a couple newer ones. Santa Is Coming for Us by Sia. Santa's coming to town. And then Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson.
Underneath the Tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know them.
She said, I don't know this man. Women. I'm sorry to this man.
Right. I'm sorry to this women. If I would have seen them in the street, I would not know who they are.
Right. This one's a hard one to me because there's Sia song where she's like, oh, like she's doing like all these stacked harmonies where I'm like, Sia was singing that day. But then I hear Underneath the Tree. I'm like, ooh, Kelly was singing that day too.
Yeah.
It might be Underneath the Tree by literally a tinsel.
Not a tinsel. I'm on Christmas measurement.
Right. Last Christmas versus Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas,
or,
Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
I think I'm still going with this Christmas.
Last Christmas?
Oh, Last Christmas? No.
Yeah.
No. No, I think I'm going Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, right? Was that the second one?
It's a wash for me.
I think it's that one. I think it's that one.
I think it's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for me, but like let that little 1980s Last Christmas come on with George Michael and Wham. It sounds so 80s, but it's dope. But it's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for me.
I literally hear Justin Timberlake and NSYNC singing that song every time. Absolutely. I can't get that voice. Yes, I literally can't get NSYNC out of my head when I hear that song.
Yeah, it do get stuck.
Yeah.
Let's go with Rudolph versus Frosty.
Rudolph for me, 100%.
Yeah. You know, dancing. I don't know all the damn reindeer names, but but do you recall? Yeah, it's Rudolph for me as well. Let's see here. I think Blue Christmas versus Run Rudolph Run.
I like Run Rudolph Run.
Run, Rudolph, run. Why is that not familiar to me?
Run, Rudolph, the hunter come to town. It's like a little kind of like a. It's in Home Alone. They play it. I think it's during the scene where they're running through the airport.
Yeah, the second one. The
I think
second one in New York.
Maybe it might be in both of them, quite frankly.
Because the first one is
whatever the first one was.
Blue Christmas. As Blue Christmas because she had a blue sweatsuit for Christmas that one year.
Right. Okay, let's see if you can finish this lyric. And we already talked about this song. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, take a... And it's either look at the fire and then sit with me once again. Glance at the 5 and 10 is glittering once again. Look at the 5 and 10 is glistening once again. Or glance at the fire and then 10 to... It's not that one.
Oh, girl. It's 5 to 10. It's the 5 to 10, right? Say it again.
Messed up.
So it's either glance at the 5 and 10 is glittering once again, or look at the 5 and 10 is glistening once again. So is it glittering or is it glistening?
It's glistening.
What do you think of the wall? Yep, it is glistening.
Yeah,
I would have to. That was a guess.
It's glistening.
Like I knew, I just couldn't say that. I was like, no. Yeah.
Okay, finish this lyric. He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic stop, until he hollered stop with skips and bounds and hops, or right to the traffic cop. So this is
and that pimp name Slickback is this.
So this is Frosty.
Girl.
You don't know? It's right to the traffic cop. Let me see. Let me find one over here. Let's see here. That's one.
I said, what is this pimp doing? Led him to the corner. I said,
right. Y'all ain't gonna know some of these. Hold on. Let's see here. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. It's from what? From what song? Is it Jingle Bells?
Last Christmas.
It is Last Christmas.
Wow.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Let's see here. What's one you might know?
By the way, if this was
Squid Game,
I was going to say Hunger Games.
that too.
I was like, I've been dead. I checked out. Like, I don't know this. I don't know these words.
Whereas I don't know these. Okay, never mind, because you ain't gonna get none of these songs. Let's see. Do I have any more random ones? Let's see here. We didn't do this one. Winter Wonderland or Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Or Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
I have to say Let It Snow. There's just something like, again, it's a vibe for me. It puts me into that kind of, oh my God, it's Christmas. Yeah. Especially like and when it's snowing too, you can't help but like, oh. Yeah.
I like the walking in a winter wonderland for that exact same reason. That like gives me that spirit of festivity.
That's how winter. Yeah, me too. Like that's almost like the same playlist as Santa Baby. It gives me a little walking in a winter wonderland.
And you skip.
That's what it makes me do. Make me want to have like a little like long little silk like moment. Chiffon. It's like like Gaga at the Gucci premiere. Yes. That's what that song does to me. And we'll end on this one then. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree or Jingle Bell Rock?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Around the Christmas tree.
Jingle bell, jingle bell,
right.
jingle bell.
Right. Whoop! The jingle bell, jingle bell.
You know, I'm
meanwhile,
this
is like having
that one.
Oh. This has Home Alone flashbacks for me.
All of them, right?
See, and I went to Mean Girls, like Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell.
Here's my gay card moment. I've never seen that movie.
You ain't missing nothing, girl.
You ain't
never seen
nothing.
It. The only part that I really love from that is when she goes in the classroom and she's like, "Oh, she's from Africa." And they look at the black girl and it's like, Jumbo. She's like, I'm from Detroit.
Done. Done.
Or it's I'm from Michigan. It's one of the two. But she was the white girl from Africa, and they looked at the old black girl in the class that said Jumbo. I was like, they fucked up.
Done. For me, it's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's a bop and a half for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's like got martini vibes all over.
See, right. And for me, again, Jingle Bells. You know how we talked about how we were talking about like ho ho. You know, ho ho. Jingle Bell is one of those songs now where because of Mean Girls, you're Jingle Bell.
Okay. You do the whole routine.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, community,
awesome.
Play along with us. Scream at the radio what your favorites are. Let us know if we fucked up and said, no, bitch, that song ain't it.
Oh, yeah. Let us know.
Let us know. But we hope you're safe and sound for the holidays.
Whether with your family or by yourself.
Exactly. Do protect your mental health. Whatever you got to do this season, protect it.
Yeah, and stay safe.
Absolutely. So, before you put your little mittens on, wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass.
And your stockings.
Exactly. Happy holidays. And we'll see you next week for a best of. What is it? It's a best of / Happy New Year episode next week.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a good one too. So see you later.
Bye, y'all.
Later, Gators.